So what's up guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you a very OP money making method for basically very cheap and very good for mid game and very early game players. Actually just the moment you enter the end you can do this stuff. It's very easy, very cheap. I don't even think you have to waste a lot of money on it. I think the it just costs you 200k or something. Like that much you need. Um Basically for doing this. Now, the more you invest in, the much money, the more money you make actually. But you don't have to invest like billions in it to make billions or something. Just like investing like a bit, like a flower, like for the mid-game players, you can invest into a flower of truth and stuff, and if you can use it. But yeah, that's what I want to do to show you today the best money making method actually because I do think this is a very cheap money making method and very good. Now yes, I do have a combat skill and stuff and all that, but you want to do endermans and to kill them, and especially the ones the highest ones, because as you can see, enderman, they drop the legendary enderman, which is about 40 million on the AH, which means you can make a lot of money if you drop it. That's um that's not always, that's RNGs, so yeah, it's not really something I did count in this um money making method because it's purely luck. It's not about that you will get it in if you do that much hours of this money making method. You can kill the rest, but they just drop you like not really that good of loot or that you can sell for a lot of money. So that's why I recommend killing the endermans below the level 50 ones. And yeah, so that's about the money making method. You should be just killing endermans, and yeah, that's like about it. 40 million, so just don't really count it because it will be unfair for people that I count it. So my armor, I use fierce ender armor because as an early game player, you don't have a lot of um, crit chance, and the stats are doubled on this armor, which also means that you have basically a lot of crit chance, and you will want to have a, not really, it's not necessary, but it will make your life easier. Having a booster could give it a god potion, because you want to drop the ender armor. That's how you make money, and you just sell them for 10k on the no, you sell it for 10k on the NPC, which is actually insane because you drop them pretty frequently, which means you get them like, I don't know, like I've calculated and I got like 7 a minute, but that's yeah, 7 each minute, 7 pieces each minute. But that was with the mid game setup. I don't really know how much I get per minute on the yeah, the early game setup. And I recommend getting a griffin pet, especially the not the common one. If you cannot afford the green one or uncommon one, just buy the common one. It's just for the magic find, so you have a higher chance for you to get the Enderman pet. And I yeah, do recommend the booster cookie, as I said, because you can sell it much faster than just going out of the lobby and back in. Now it's very expensive. It's not, you don't need it, it's optional. God potion, same thing. You sell it, you buy it, and you can use it to run around faster. Um, for the sword, I use a void sword actually. It's just a regular void sword you can get from the quest. Like the armor, you get it from the quest by doing the quest actually. So yeah, that's like mo all about the gear actually, just something like that. I do have it like um, yeah, you see, as you can see here, there are a lot of potions effects that can give you speed, which is important to run around faster and get things faster. And the Griffin pet I will recommend uncommon because if you don't have a god potion, you'll struggle a bit damage, and that the uncommon one gives you strength 7, strength 6 or something like that. It gives you like strength and resistance, something like that. And I have a sharp void sword which will help me deal some damage to the endermans. Now I do have a high combat level which gives me more damage to endermans, to not to endermans but to mobs in general. I have 144% more, 46% more damage to enemies. Um, but if you don't have like 100% crit chance in the lobby, don't be afraid. The stats are doubled, which means you get 10 crit chance on each armor piece, so that's 40. You also have some crit chance on your uh, void sword, which is actually just all what you need. If you have a god potion, even better, you get even more crit chance, and yeah, that's it about the crit chance. You can also try and get talismans, like get yourself to power 100, so you can get some decent crit chance if you still struggle with that, and some decent crit damage. The more crit damage, the more damage you deal, which is better for you. Those are all the enchants on my void sword. The sharp on it, I get 17 crit chance from it. So um, yeah, I think that will be enough. Like 40 with, yeah, that's 57. You need combat 12, so you get already 6 crit chance from your skills, and I think you start with base. I don't really know with which base you start. Um, I also do recommend if you struggle with with health, you get instantly killed. Like you two shot the enderman, so you get instantly killed. You can uh, yeah, you can just go ahead and make your armor better, or your sword. And if you have, and I do recommend this, if you have um a lot of crit chance, and if you're in the end and you have still more crit chance, I do recommend you make it spicy, so you just deal more damage um in if you need it. Spicy is just better overall, but the problem is if you don't have crit chance, you cannot really use spicy because you need 100 crit chance to have the full bonus of spicy, actually, like the crit damage. And um yeah, you also will need health for, so you don't get one shot by the Endermans. You can come here to Maxwell and get yourself the sweet things. Now I do have 318 magical power. You won't get the same stats as I do, but what I do recommend for you to get, if you struggle with crit chance, let me see if I can find it. Now, those are for your health. If you want to have more health, I do recommend those two. Protected. Protected seems a bit better. Um, and if you struggle with crit chance, now here you have a lot of strength if you need it. That's just an overall stat. This one too. This gives you like everything, um, on and on and stuff. So don't really need it. But yeah, this one is you if you want more damage and stuff, the crit damage and strength add ups together for your crit to your damage. I want to say. But the best is Fortunus. This is the best power you can have for crit chance. As you can see, I get 53 crit chance with 318 magical power. But if you have like 100 power, you'll get like, I think, just enough for you to have 100% crit chance in the end with the armor. Um, yeah, I don't really see people struggling because the Griffin pet will also give you crit chance and crit damage and strength and the magic find. I recommend having him like the Griffin pet, having it a bit leveled up, like minimum level 90. You can buy it out of the auction house. The common ones do not cost money at all, almost. A green one does, but if you really, you can just really buy God Potion, that's much better than having the uncommon one. It's just yeah, just buy a God Potion, very much cheaper, and yeah, it'll get out the same results, even better actually, because just buy the common one. Especially, I recommend being it at least level 90. If your budget says I cannot buy it for that much, like it's too expensive, a level 90, just get as high as possible for your budget after buying the God Potion. Um, if you cannot afford a God Potion but only a Griffin bed, that's also good. Just do that. You can also get some free talismans from the like, almost free. So you'll want to have your talisman bag as much upgraded as possible by the free talismans from the adventure, and yeah, that's all you get and all you need actually for now. And for this money making method, I do recommend what's called uh, the aspect of the end because it's just better for movement, which makes it then easier and faster for you to get the things, the money, actually. So what you're going to look for is Endermans. You already know it. Just kill them. If I don't have lag, I can show you. Okay, can I move now? Yes, I can. Okay, so um, you just go come here. As you can see, the stats are doubled, which means I have 10 crit chance now instead of 5, which is very good. I recommend putting growth 5 and protection 5 on it on your armor, so you have some decent health. As you can see, the stats they cannot change because I'm end game or something, or because I'm better. It doesn't change. The only thing I can do to change the stats is putting what's called here on it, but I'm not gonna do that because it's expensive. As you can see, there's a guy over there on the right. The same things that I already told. So, what you want to come down here, you will want to do the quest there, kill 5 Endermans, get yourself the Ender armor, and then come here and do the quest so you can, start doing it from so you have the void thing. Now the problem is I have one punch. If I can find it to show you. Yeah, I have one punch 5 which gives me extra damage. So I deal more damage than you probably will because of the one punch. So with my void sword, I will deal much more damage than you will do. And you need to make it spicy if you want to have some good results. Now I've already told you what you need to do. So as you can see, I deal around 23,000 damage to Endermans. With the sword, which is actually OP. And why I do recommend having equipment is so you get more strength from your sword. That's very much recommended. Maximum is 160 strength, and yeah, so I'll but just deal damage with my fist. So that's around 12k. That's more accurate for you guys. That's what you should deal, 12k damage. Uh, I've already seen people with uh, Void Sword and Enderman, Ender armor on and stuff, dealing around the 12k damage. So you should be fine at if you attack Endermans with 12k damage. So as you can see here, I killing them with no problems, and you should be too, but not with your fist. Guys, don't do that. Use your sword like I do here, but yeah, don't expect to deal that much damage as I do to deal to Endermans. Like 12k, that's what I deal with the fist, so that's more accurate. I deal 34. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't read. Um, yeah, so just like that, as you can see, I've already got two pieces in my inventory over here, the necklace the and their chest plate, which sell to the NPC for actual just void money. That's why I do recommend this money making method, because it's just the the best one yet, because it cannot be patched unless the admins decide to change the prices of the NPC, because everything sold to the NPC is like void money. You cannot change it, and no one can change it unless the admins decide to. So that's why this method is the best actually for early game players and mid game too. If you want to make money, because just can never change. And yeah, that's I'm just gonna leave you here and come back in about an hour of doing this and show you the results. I'll keep pets and items. So
And
now that I've
uh,
tested out the normal setup, the setup from the beginners, the early game setup, what I forgot to mention is that you will need some basic enchants on your Void Sword. Not really too much. I recommend Scavenger and Ender Slayer the most, and Critical 5. Those are like the best thing you can have. You need looting if you want to do the uh, Legendary Enderman thing. Luck 5 for extra armor pieces, which is also necessary. First Strike if you want to deal more damage. If you need that. Sharpness, the same thing. Experience if you want more experience while doing this. But now, I'll show you what I got. So from a whole hour, I got 1 million with that setup, and I got all of these enchanted ender pearls, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh no, it's almost you can almost make I think so. No, I'm not sure. You might is that no, it's not. Okay. But yeah, almost. You need two more stacks of enchanted ender pearls to make an absolute ender pearl. She's right about 10k, so you almost have 10k extra. I don't really recommend selling it because there are so many good things you can do with absolute pearls later on the game. I know a lot of people tend to sell this. I do it too, but I have a lot of ender pearls home, so like at my island, so I don't really need it. But if you are like a beginner player, I do recommend sparing these things, like having them there in your private island on in a chest just for later on. Um, and plus, all of this gives you a lot of ender pearl collection. So if I look to my collection, I have a lot because I've done a lot of Endermans. As you can see, a thousand collection. That's doesn't really seem a lot now, but look. So the absolute Ender Pearl is very cheap, but also in long term can be very expensive if you need a lot of them, like for the new talismans in the end and stuff. And for later on, if you want to make I don't know, let's say you want to make a Terminator, you will need better than absolute pearls. I think they are called like this. Wait, let me check very quick. They are, yeah. So you will need a lot of absolute pearls to craft better pearls and to make the Terminator. And if you already start spearing for it, then you'll have a lot of good things already. But now I'll be going for this setup. Now you don't really need a final destination. You could have any sort of armor that uh deals a lot of damage with the Flower of Truth. Now normally Flower of Truth, I think without any nonsense stuff on it, I think I have one. I'm not sure. Let me check. It's new to me. Wise. Yeah. So this is just a regular Flower of Truth. Um, and let's see the damage. So that's 28,000, and with enchants, that's gonna be 60. What? Oh, what? That's yeah, 60. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was, yeah. So yeah, 60,000. Um, Now, doesn't matter. You can still one shot them, and doesn't. I don't like. There aren't really recommended sets. Now, if you want more loot, you can definitely go for Sorrow, which is which gives you more magic find, and that helps you with like the whole set gives you 20 magic find, which means you'll have more higher chance to get uh like free things. And why I do recommend Scavenger is because of the mobs do drop more coins when on death. So yeah, now I'm wearing this set because I want to upgrade the bonus. As you can see, it's not that high. It's 1k, 1.3. But yeah, the same pet. I'll be using a Griffin. You don't really need this armor. Like any other armor set is good, like Shadow Assassin or Necron set. No, you don't really. Yeah, this is like the setup that I normally use for more damage. You see, 87. But I'm going to use this one because I want to upgrade the bonus on it. Um, so yeah, this is like one of the best things you can do. Like just have a flaw of truth. This is like the mid-game setup you need to make a ton of money, and I really already made like 3 million just by doing Enderman Slayers. Now, yeah, I took a lot more time, but I made like in 10 minutes like 500k, which I think it's like about a million. Um, seeing all of it now. Like I'm not sure if it was 10 minutes, but I mean it's some money, or it was no, it was 300k a minute. Yeah. So like yeah, it's more because you need like uh yeah, it's about 3 million there. So yeah, I will test it. Now why it's more, it's because the Flower of Truth, this ability. You'll want to use the mana ability because it just gives you more array higher range, which also means you have this beautiful range attacks. So that doesn't you don't really have to run up to the uh, Endermans like you had to do in the early game setup. That was pretty harder, I should say. Now that's why I recommend that aspect of the end, because you could have just done this and killed them and then go forward. And having a god potion is very important because of the magic find it gives you more magic find than you will have. And yeah, so I'll test this for an hour, the same as the early game setup. Um, like you could copy the enchants, the uh, like the spicy flower of truth for more damage. Um, Armor set, like I said, doesn't matter. Just a damaging armor set, a combat armor set. Like if you want Shadow Assassin, that's good. It's very good and cheap setup for people. If you can use a Flower of Truth, I'm sure you can use also a Shadow Assassin set like that guy does. You see 31k with the ability, which is ideal 39. Ideal a bit more. But yeah, so yeah, you just need this setup and this Flower of Truth. More of it, I cannot tell you. It's not really that important. You can do it with every set possible in the game almost, as long as you have a Flower of Truth and have 100% crit chance, you'll be able to kill these guys with ease. You don't even need to enchant your Flower of Truth. I always recommend having a God potion and how's it called? I forgot the name. The name the booster cookie, a booster cookie. I do recommend having them, um, because yeah, it makes your life easier always, and having aspect of the end by this stage of the game, like when you're mid game, you should already have it. I don't even have to tell you anymore. You sometimes can get this might gel from killing uh endermites, nest endermites, because sometimes people mine it, and with Flower of Truth, you can get the kills. Sometimes, because you cannot control the Flower of Truth, you can get the enchanted stone, end stone, and ender pearls and stuff from people who do dragons or kill the protector. So that's like all about this thing. Only that happens. Like that's the most important things you can make money out of. My gel also recommended to sell it to the NPC because you want just to make as much profit as possible and sell it instantly, which you make it by selling on the NPC. Now, sometimes you can sell, yeah, if you sell all for them, you'll get more money, but I don't really think that's the best idea or something. As you can see, this guy over here dealt some damage. Like the damage that he deals is like what you should have. This is like the setup that you will want to have, not the ultimate wise, but and not ancient. You don't really have it to need. You don't need to make it ancient. Just make it like uh fierce and not wisdom and stuff. You don't really need that all. But having that setup is great. Like I don't just no that's all you need, and you can always replace the chest plate with a zombie chest plate, zombie soldier. Look at that flower. That's yeah, that's the setup. The thing. Look at this guy. The same thing. He cannot afford a chest plate, so he buys a zombie knight chest plate, which does the same things. Does the same job actually. The only thing is in dungeons, Shadow Assassin is always better, full Shadow Assassin. But yeah, you don't really need all his equipment. You can stay away from thinking about equipment. That doesn't really help you here. With Magic Find, just get yourself as much Magic Find as you can and as much damage. Or just so you can one shot them with the ability of Flower's Truth. And yeah, that's it. So if you want to have the maximum profits of it, you can also have a Daedalus Axe and Sorrow Armor on, but that's not that's more end game. Just don't do it. just stick to this method. And I'll do this for an hour and come back when I have everything. And yeah. So after an hour of doing Enderman, killing Endermans, this is all the loot I got. A lot of runes, which is yeah, it's just a lot of runes. I don't really need them all. Uh, Surprisingly, one Enderman pet, which normally is not one, and I normally get more Enderman pets, and a lot of Ender Pearls, enchanted Ender Pearls, and 1.7 million coins. Now, I do want to say that the last part of doing this, there was a lot of lag, which also meant killing Endermans was harder. Enderman kills got stealed, and so the armor pieces and chances of getting Enderman armor faster uh, got stealed and stuff. So, which means yeah that I do make less money than I should have made. 1.7 doesn't look too much, uh, especially for such a gear. You have to complete floor 6 to use the flower of truth and stuff. Instead of doing the other one, the early game method. Normally, this isn't what you should end up with. I do not think this is normal. And I've already told you why. People just kill my Enderman because I have lag. So I punch them, but they die after like some time. And while they are not punched by me, uh, m- the game doesn't really think I did it. Like, look at that, my Griffin pet. So if my Griffin pet isn't really, if it's laggy, I don't kill them, and that's the problem with it. Um, and if I don't kill them, if it comes later, there could be someone who doesn't lag and get my kills, which means I don't get the armor and I don't get the chance of dropping something. So that's why this doesn't really count that much. Because of this is just yeah unresponsible. I don't really. It's the game's fault. Normally you don't make this less. Like this is nothing in comparison with what you need to make actually.